Hello everybody, this is the Land of Killer show. This is my second time recording this kind of a video. I have to completely just mute out every other audio source in order for my voice to come through clearly on this. It's not a problem when you're on a computer because you got more advanced controls to block out stuff. I like OBS for streaming. It's a wonderful invention. But yeah, first time I recorded this, my voice was just completely blocked out, and it was really annoying. So the topic of today's video is Wargaming affiliate program. I would normally cover this in a stream, but I'm trying to sit there and get this out before I take a little nap, because streaming gets you tired. It really does after a long stream. But yeah, what was I going to say? Yes, Wargaming affiliate program. So my thoughts on that is that I feel like it's a move to get people to refer people into the game without Wargaming sitting there and with Wargaming just easily paying out money and people just doing it for the money because they're sitting there and they're going to be paying out $10 per person that signs up for World of Warships. Or should I say for anybody who signs up for their account. If they register for a Wargaming account, they're automatically in. Really, I guess I should have expected something like this to show up eventually. But it makes sense since from what I've watched from iChase and from reading the forums, it seems like subs are going to be very, very passive. There's not going to be much to them besides like pinging and having the torpedoes like basically home in. It looks like a class that's only half baked. You look at it. So how I think about the situation is this. I think that the situation is really just kind of stupid. And I'm trying to maintain my channel's independence, so I will not be participating in that little program, because I find that Wargaming just is terrible with public relations, and their word is just, it's shit. And honestly, it's shit. And that, because of that, I'm gonna have to set the video to like adults, basically, for swearing, because YouTube doesn't like it when you swear. But whatever, I'm gonna speak my mind. I think the entire thing is ridiculous. And I feel like it's just an attempt to get the population not to go down. I feel the population's going to go way down once they sit there and implement that change. Because submarines encourage passive gameplay, getting people to stay back and more of a bore fest. Knowing the game was fun, it was when we could get our secondaries out and go and brawl once in a while if we felt like it. Now, looks like they're bringing that back in some commander skill something, but I haven't tested out, so I can't say for sure what the advantage will be. But I'll always be a fan of the old secondaries if they ever come back. I don't like the new secondaries because they just suck. I was playing Gascanne and It's Just for Fun 18, the last live stream I did, and I just kind of was like, what the fuck? Because I wasn't hitting anything. It was like was like I was like Gascanne's main selling point when it was first released was, here's an awesome ship with secondaries, and here's a captain that goes along with it, Charles Honore. And basically, even with the special captain these days, your secondary hits are just like really low. Like it was when I back at I want to say back when it first launched, I was getting like close to 150, 200 hits sometimes in a battle. And I barely hit 60 despite the fact that I had multiple enemies around me in that battle that I was in. It was just eye-opening to be in a battle and then just to have nothing hit. Like every shot, like it was like once out of, like 1/3 of my shots actually hit the destroyer when I was playing. I was just like, what is with this? This is annoying, you know? And honestly, I find that if you're gonna sit there and force subs on us Wargaming, which it seems like you are, please just put them in their own separate mode, because they do not belong. They really just don't belong in the main modes. I feel like they're like a last-ditch attempt to get more people in the game, because I don't think the population's been rising too much lately. I think it's been just going down. It's been steady because you have new people coming in to replace the old farts that leave. I am not seeing too many long-time players around these days. Seeing a lot of newer players. I'm seeing lemon trains. Lemon train is something I didn't think was going to sit there and pop up in the world of Warships until way later. I'm seeing a lot of lemon trains where people just all gather up on one side of the map and they just go in. And that is just annoying to see. There is no tactical knowledge required to lemon train. You are either going to get slammed or you're going to sit there and succeed, and it's stupid. Like, I could rant for days on lemon trains. I hate them. I feel like every time I see them, it's ridiculous and dumb. And just wait till that behavior starts showing up in ranked battles, people. You're not going to like it at all. And that in your clan battles, it'll probably show up there too at some point. And you'll be like, what the hell happened to this once good game where I could sit there and use tactics to win? Now it's just newbies that don't know how to play. I got something to tell you. I was trying to get my cousin to get into the game, you know, and he didn't want to get into the game because it was boring and passive towards him. I can't blame him. When you have a game that used to be fun turn into Warfest, what would you do? My cousin did not want to even play more than 1 or 2 matches, and he's like a young buck. But yeah. If I can't get somebody who's new into the game, then what's the point? I've even tried getting older people. Like, I've tried 2 different generations of people to get into the game. An older generation, like Gen X, and then a Gen Z. And they both didn't want to play for more than a few matches, and then they were gone and they didn't come back. That's the problem. What's the problem with subs? You're going to have a lot of passive gameplay. And people aren't going to like that, like me. Like, subs going into randoms is going to cause me to play World of Warships a lot less than what I am playing right now. Like, right now I'm putting out a stream like once every day, it seems. I'm probably going to cut that back if the subs really annoy me. Which signs are pointing to them annoying me, like, a lot. And one of the main things is definitely just having a class that's sole focus is to ping the target. Right, you ping your target and then you launch your torpedoes and then just home in pretty much, and it's done. There's nothing else to do basically for the rest of the game. Do that simple gameplay loop, as iChase put it. But yeah, I'm not gonna sit there and say that I'm the best player out there in World of Tank and World of Warships, because I'm not. I am like a tomato, a slightly improved tomato. That's how I would put myself in my stats. But yeah, I just really am just disappointed with Wargaming and their decisions of late, especially after the Yukon Gate situation. You can look up It's Just for Fun 1, I believe. Yeah, It's Just for Fun 1 to learn more about that, because I covered in that live stream. Sometimes I'll cover breaking news in World of Warships on the live stream. Anytime you see Sub Octavian come out of the woodwork, then you know it's bad. He's their spin doctor, as I like to put it. I just kind of just think that guy is just the spin doctor. He knows how to sit there and shift everything off. I think he does work in good faith with the people that are affected. But at the end of the day, I think his main job is to spin stuff and to make it sound like everything's okay when it's not. I firmly believe that Little White Mouse was justified in saying she's taking a break. I'm surprised she was like not being like completely done after what they did. They basically said, "Hey, go ahead and design a ship. It's okay. You get to design your own ship," and then the ship comes out, right, and none of their stuff came out with the ship. They designed the ship, right? They're working on all sorts of concepts and stuff for the ship, and then they're told, "Oh, this is what we're doing instead," and they're like, "Oh no, all our work is wasted," because it was art, it was camos, distinctive flags, and gameplay mechanics for the Yukon. But yeah, that whole situation's been covered in depth by so many people, even myself, and I covered it. It's Just for Fun 1. Fem and Emily has a good video out on it. iChase has a good video out on it. Earl Grey, I think, covers it briefly. But yeah, you want to sit there and get the best content, I'd say it's from iChase. iChase, Sealord, Mountbatten, those guys are top tier. I've got a long ways to go to get up to their level. But I'm going to work towards it little by little by doing my own thing, by focusing on two different spheres of gaming: the mobile gaming and the PC gaming a little bit. I'm open to doing different genres of games on my channel. It's not always going to be just World of Warships for live streams. I noticed I did a Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Custom Zombies, and that got a good amount of views there, so I think I might return to that in the near future. We'll see. My Steam's been acting up, so that's why I haven't done another one of those. I think I have to reinstall it because it's not even showing up on my desktop. So I have to do that. Otherwise, I think that if something is breaking and I don't want to live stream, I'm going to try to break the news in a video like this. Or I'll just do something like a tempo run. Not a tempo run, because that requires I have to move my finger every 5 seconds pretty much. I'll probably do it in a Dual Links video, because that's what I prefer. And the funny thing is I uploaded a ton of Dual Links content back in the day, like when I first started uploading to YouTube, and it just really didn't get views. So I know there's a lot of people out there doing videos on Dual Links, but it turns out people like World of Warships a bit, and Temple Run 2 and Angry Birds more than YuGiOh. Let's face it, YuGiOh is for past generations more so than the present generation. Present generation's more into Pokemon. I don't think they're too much into Yu-Gi-Oh! Because Yu-Gi-Oh's went off on a tangent too many times. I find it interesting the different shows that came out with. I stopped paying attention after Yu-Gi-Oh! GX. That's where I stopped paying attention to it, because it was like... Oh no, it was Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, that's when I stopped paying attention. Because Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds actually tried to do something different, tried to take the series down a darker path, but parents got upset, so they never went through with that. There's like an entire season of Yu-Gi-Oh! That's out there, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds and Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, I think, that you can't even see unless you have a Funimation account or what's it called, Crunchyroll. I think it's either on Funimation or Crunchyroll, one of those two, where you can actually see the lost seasons of 5Ds and GX. There's a whole entire arc of GX that never got to air in English because they were in a rush to get 5Ds out there. So they cut off GX abruptly and they don't finish it out. There's a whole duel with Jaden going back in time and facing Yami, Yugi, and stuff, but you don't see the result. But still, there's a whole bunch of episodes in there that really fleshed out the story more from what I've read. I really wish that could have gotten aired in English, but yeah. You know what also was decent? Bakugan. That was around for a bit. And that just got weird. Stopped watching it after a while. Whole series just went completely off the rail. Honestly, that's what happens to good series. They just go off the rails too quick. Bakugan season 1, 2, 3, good. After that, terrible. Too much stuff. And again, what am I to say? Wargaming's like doing a rerun of World of Tanks and World of Warships. People just don't realize it. It's essentially a rerun of World of Tanks in some ways. Let's see. We have monetization aspects that are ingrained to almost every facet of the gameplay, right? Premium tier 10s. Containers. Containers are really a big money maker for them, especially around Christmas time. So what else can I say? Well, I can say that I'm totally aware of what Wargaming does. I just think that I have gotten I'm too used to this habit of buying the new ship that I got to get myself out of that habit. I think the only time I'll sit there and break is if they release something like a Constellation again. Because that got me, and then gotta work on that stuff more where I can resist it better. Because Wargaming's got me in this habit of buying the newest ship that comes out. I didn't buy Yukon for obvious reasons. We got the other ones though. Gotta hold myself back in the future. We'll see. If I get Napoleon, I'm gonna just try to make sure it's through coal. It'll take a long ass time, but I'll try to do it that way. But I'm just, throat's getting dry and stuff, so I'm just gonna kind of end it here. I want to encourage you all to check out my mobile gameplay content of Angry Birds, Temple Run 2, and my old Yu-Gi-Oh videos. I spent time on that content. It would be nice to see it get some views. Especially old Yu-Gi-Oh content, because that's what actually started the channel, is Yu-Gi-Oh content. And Temple Run 2 came in, and then everything kind of took off a little bit. But yeah, I think my goal for this is to get this channel to grow up. I want to get to that 1,000 subscribers, start making bank on some of these videos, and then I'll be a little bit more happier with it. But for right now, I'm just gonna do this for fun. Whenever I feel like I want to put out a video, I'll put out a video. Live streams are more my thing because I like doing them, but obviously I got to keep regular content going on the channel. So fear not, there's going to be definitely Angry Birds and definitely Temple Run 2 content in the future. I don't put out Yu-Gi-Oh videos that much anymore because people don't watch them. So if I put those out, it's going to be set in the future 10 years from now where I think people will be more receptive to it. Because I think the app's going to go off the App Store in the next 10 years, and there's going to be a new version of that, and then people want to look back and all that. So yeah, don't be surprised 10 years from now you start seeing a bunch of the Lost Duels show up, because that's what the series is going to be called. That's my whole attempt, to have people see the channel 10 years from now and watch those videos, and they'll come back, they'll see the other content and view that too. That's my hope anyway. But if we can get the subscriber count going, that'd be great. We'll see. It's all on the basis of me making more interesting content, which I'm going to try to do from now on. I'm going to look at some other games I have that are from the old days, and I'm going to try to put them up in legacy games if I can. Angry Birds Star Wars, I haven't forgotten about it. The levels have just gotten way too difficult to sit there and progress through, because how they designed the game, YuGiOh designed it in a way that you have to spend money in order to sit there and get through the levels, because they make them so difficult without certain power-ups. Angry Birds Pop's the same exact way, if not better. So I think I'm going to cut back on Angry Birds Pop gameplays, because it's like impossible to get through the levels without power-ups that you sit there and buy. You know, that's just a nickel and diming you just to get through the levels, because you'll get the bubbles, and the bubbles won't match up to the other bubbles, and it just won't work. But yeah, that's what I think of modern YuGiOh. Too many microtransactions, not as good as old YuGiOh. Old YuGiOh would sit there and throw a couple ads in your face, but you'd still get a free game. That's what I miss about old YuGiOh. New YuGiOh, I don't like it so much. They've gotten a little too greedy, and I think the remakes of the old Angry Birds are going to be exclusive to Apple Arcade, which makes you spend $5 a month in order to get access to that crap. I'm so tired of subscription model crap, because they lock you into paying for shit for forever. I don't agree with that. Music, I can get behind it. Apple Music, get behind that easily. Anything else, I'm kind of like, Streaming, fine with my free HBO Max, my Netflix, and my Disney Plus. Disney Plus, Netflix I pay for, and HBO Max I get for free. So yeah. Moral of the story is, don't get yourself trapped into a cycle where you're feeling tempted to buy every new premium ship that comes out. Make a goal for yourself inside these games. Be like, this is the point where I want to go, and this is the point I will stop, because you'll just get dragged on so much through these games if you don't. And like I said, I'm going to try to just limit my purchasing to premium time only. We'll see how that goes. They come out with West Virginia 1944 or I-401 from Arpeggio Blue Steel. It's going to be really hard for me to resist that. I'm just saying. So if you see me with I-401 in my port one of these days, the submarine, don't be surprised, because that's one of my favorite animes from way back in the day. As for West Virginia 1944, I've been waiting on that, like I was waiting on for Alaska before that. So, yeah. Oh, what else? So yeah, Wargaming's gonna have Missouri back in the shop, I think next month sometime. Probably in time for VJ Day, where they signed the peace treaty to end the war in the Pacific in World War II. But otherwise, guys and gals, I appreciate you. You all take care. Stay safe out there. We got rising, you know what, going on. So take care, take precautions, and be well. This is where I'll end the video now. Like, watch, and subscribe.